What's good? It's your boy Jay, that's me. We're going to get into NXT Heatwave from August the 24th, 2025. A pretty okay show for the most part. There were a couple matches on the show that I really wasn't all that into, but for the most part, the show was pretty good. I don't know how many people were in attendance. I would assume the way everything was set up, it looked like probably between a good 2,500 to 3,000 people. I'm going to go ahead and say it was probably close to 3,000 people that were there. The venue looked nice, though. The building looked decent. So, yeah. We only had 6 matches on the show, which was fine. So I did enjoy that. So we kicked the show off with the first match of the night, Triple Threat. The winner becomes the new number 1 contender to the NXT Women's Championship. Jada Parker, Kalani Jordan, and Lola Vice. Lola Vice defeats both Kalani Jordan and Jada Parker. Very fun triple threat match, even though I'm not really all that into triple threats. I'm just not. Kalani got a good reaction. I think Kalani's parents were in attendance. They showed her mom and dad, so that was pretty cool. And a couple of her other family members that were there. That was pretty cool there. So, nice. Good stuff there. Lola got a really good reaction as well. Match was okay. It felt like it was a match that could have taken place on television. But there was some pretty good exchanges here and there. Towards the end of the match, Lola Vice, she hit the spinning back fist onto Jada Parker. Kalani broke that up. Then Kalani was going to go for the split leg and moonsault onto Jada Parker. She got the knees up. Then Vice, she got her submissions in. A couple of guillotines and all that in there. Pretty good stuff there. So then this leads into the actual finish. So Kalani Jordan, she goes for the 450 splash. Lola Vice, she countered that with the guillotine choke. Jada Parker hit the hypnotic, and then Lola Vice throws up Jada Parker for the 1, 2, 3. Typical finish now in WWE, whether it's main roster or NXT. That's usually how 90% of matches in WWE now are via roll-up. So, whatever. It's fine. Lola Vice winning here is the right decision. It makes sense. It really does make sense. She's being used pretty heavy in AAA and everything else. So I do like that. She gets her title shot at No Mercy, which is on September the 27th. So good stuff there. Maybe that's where it all ends for JC Jane. We don't know. We have to wait and see. But this match was okay for the most part, and the crowd was into it. The crowd was heavy into Miss Parker. Miss Parker was sexy, so, there's that. All 3 women, in my opinion, are sexy. All 3. So, yeah. Then this leads us into a calling vignette. Apparently, this upcoming Tuesday is going to be a tag team match. It's going to be Tatum Paxi and Izzy Dame. So that's fine there. That makes sense. Don't really care about it, though. The calling, I like everyone involved except for Sean Spears. He's garbage. And that's just what it is. That's just all it is. And that's all it's going to be. Moving on. A match that I didn't care about at all, and this really shouldn't have even been on the card, if we're being honest. It was Darkstate versus Hank and Tank for the NXT Tag Team Championships. Darkstate finally win tag team gold after being on NXT television for about a good 4 to 6 months. So they finally pulled the trigger on the faction. A little bit too late for Shawn Michaels to do. But like the saying goes, better late than never. Just didn't care about the match at all. You know, it is what it is. Who cares? Darkstate get the win via the Doomsday device. Whatever. I don't give a fuck about it. I really don't. Moving on. So this leads us into Ava. So she's on the show. She's backstage. She scolds Lexis King for attacking Miles Bourne last week with the pepper spray. Ava says that she should suspend Lexis King. However, Miles Bourne wants to have a match next week with Lexis King. And then Lexis King has no problem with wrestling a broomstick. And then next week, it's going to be Lexis King versus Miles Bourne in a blindfold match. Oh my God, this is so dumb. This is so dumb. Whatever. It is what it is. Moving on. So NXT No Mercy, like I mentioned before, is going to be taking place on September 27th in Fort Lauderdale. So that's cool. So that's basically like right in their backyard, basically. Not really going too far. Probably maybe about 20 minutes away from Orlando. I'm not sure if I had to look it up. Probably about 10, 15 minutes away. So that's fine there. Moving on. The second triple threat match of the night, it was for the Knockouts World Championship. Ash by Elegance, Masha Slamovich, and JC Jane. So this was a typical triple threat match. Fatal Influence, they did get involved a little bit in this match. Jasmine Nix hit hit Ash by Elegance right in front of the official. The official ejects Fatal Influence for whatever reason. I'm like, bro, it's a triple threat match. There's no DQ. Like, why are you objecting this? Why are you ejecting, Fatal Influence? I don't fucking know, but whatever. And this allowed for JC Jane. She went for a rolling encore, the spinning elbow that she does. She got a 2 count. Then the Elegance brand, they pulled out JC Jane out the ring and beat her up. And then this allowed for Ash by Elegance to hit the Swanton for the 1, 2, 3. And Ash by Elegance is now the new TNA Knockouts champion. This makes sense. I'm not a fan of Ash by Elegance. I mean, I am. I'm a fan of her work. Not her in-ring work, obviously. But I'm a fan of her character work, is what I mean to say. I'm a fan of her character work. I do like this. This does make sense. I would assume the reason why they made this decision is to probably set up Masha and Ash at some point. Maybe at TNA's live show. My bad. Maybe at TNA's live show that they're going to do in the next couple of weeks. Or it could be at Victory Road. I doubt Ash by Elegance is going to have a long title reign. She's going to obviously be a transitional champion, so this is why it happened. It makes sense. I know some people are going to hate it, but if you really think about it logically, it actually does make sense. They are telling, a story between Ash and Masha on TNA Impact. So this makes sense, and I do expect for Ash either to lose it by TNA's next live show in a couple of weeks or at Victory Road, whenever that's going to be in September. So, there is that. Moving on. So Ricky Saints, he's backstage trying to hype up Javon Evans ahead of tonight's main event. Ricky truly believes that Javon Evans is the future of WWE. The future of the NXT Championship, however, is completely absolute. Ricky knows that Javon will dethrone Oba, but he'll be waiting for him on the other side. Javon tells Ricky that NXT is going to get really bouncy. Okay, that is fine there. Good stuff. Good stuff. And I'm glad that Ricky is now going after the main title of NXT. He's been North American champion. So we'll see how things play out in that regard. Moving on, we get some more news. This time it's about Halloween Havoc, another massive show for NXT. It's going to be taking place on October 25th at in Prescott Valley, Arizona. So that's cool there. So NXT is going to actually go on the road for that one. That makes perfect sense. So No Mercy is going to basically be in their backyard a little bit, and then they're going to be traveling for Halloween Havoc. That is fine. I'm okay with that. It's on a Saturday, so good stuff there. Moving on. This leads us into Jordynne Grace versus Mariah May, aka Blake Monroe. I'm gonna call her Mariah May. I do not like the name Blake Monroe. I don't. Ugh, it's nasty. Ugh. So this match was actually pretty good here. Jordynne Grace got some of her power moves in, a couple spine busters, suplexes, DDTs in here. Mariah May got some super kicks in here. She did a really good swinging net breaker in the match as well. I liked it. Jordynne Grace ended up hitting a German suplex in the middle of the match. Apparently, the turnbuckle padding came off, and that played into the finish of the match. So, Jordynne Grace was going to go for the Juggernaut driver. Mariah gets out of that. She throws Jordynne Grace into the exposed steel. And then Mariah hits the curb stomp, followed by the underhook, the double DDT that Moxley does, basically the paradigm shift for the 1, 2, 3, and Mariah May gets the win. This makes perfect sense. I'm a fan of this. This clearly is not over with. I would assume this is going to continue probably at NXT's, what's their next show in September? It's on the 16th. It's going to be, I think, I forgot what it is. But it'll probably happen there, or they could do it at No Mercy. But that would be late September, so I don't know. It all depends on how it goes, but this is just the start of their feud between Jordynne Grace and Mariah May, and I do like it. Mariah May winning here is the right decision. It's fine. Jordynne Grace will be okay. I do expect for her to be NXT Women's Champion in due time, just not right now. Moving on. So Jada Parker and Lash Legend, they get into a verbal altercation in the trainer's room, which is kind of funny, so good stuff there. So I assume they're going to have a match probably on NXT this Tuesday coming up. Moving on. So Sarah Schreiber, she has a backstage interview with JC Jane. JC Jane says that she's got no time for Sarah Schreiber pretending to be an interviewer. So JC scolds Jasmine Nix for getting Fatal Influence ejected from ringside. So Lola Vice shows up. Her sexy ass shows up. Lola says that she's looking forward to beating JC Jane at NXT No Mercy. Fallon Henley says that Lola should go back to AAA and have fun with her friend Mr. Iguana. So Zarya and Sol Ruka, they show up. They join the conversation. JC says she's tired of them sticking their nose where it doesn't belong. And then it seems like Sol Ruka and Zarya, they have some unfinished business with Fatal Influence. That's fine. And they poke fun at JC Jane no longer being a double champ. She's now just a woman with just one title. She's the one title champ. That's pretty funny there. All right, moving on. This leads us into NXT. A massive announcement. It's going to be returning to Full Sail in September. It's going to be on September the 16th. It's going to be NXT Homecoming. So that's going to be cool there. So maybe that's where they'll do Mariah May, Jordynne Grace too, maybe. But I still think they're going to save that for No Mercy. I think that would be better. That gives you more weeks to add to the story and everything else and continue what's going on there. Next, Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. Oh boy, versus Tyra May Steele and Tavion Heights. Mixed tag team match. This was not a good one. The crowd was super into the corner of Chelsea Green. They were really in her corner all throughout. This match had a little bit of intergender wrestling here and there. It was pretty funny how Booker T was on commentary especially when when Tyra May Steele beat up both Ethan Page and Chelsea Green. He said, that should be illegal. That was funny. I did like that. Again, this match was kind of boring. So, basically, towards the end of the match, Tyra May Steele, she ended up locking in the ankle lock on Ethan Page. The ref tells her that she's not the legal person. She's not the legal competitor. So, Ethan Page and Tavion Heights, they start to brawl on the outside. Alba Fire gets involved. She super kicks Tyra May Steele behind the referee's back. And then Chelsea Green hits the Unpretty Her for the 1, 2, 3. Makes perfect sense. The crowd popped massively. So, that's fine. Whatever. So, it is what it is. Moving on, this leads us into Josh Briggs. His sorry ass was on this show. He says that he tells Oba Femi that he's got next, and nobody's gonna stop him. Man, why in the fuck are they still pushing Josh Briggs? Enough of Josh Briggs. Send his ass back to Evolve, please. Like, bro, get him off of television, please. Like, stop pushing this man. He's not over. He's not. He is boring. To me, he's got go-away heat. I don't want him on television. I don't. Moving on. So, Ava, she's apparently going to be bringing the men's and women's speed championship titles to NXT. So, Ruka will defend the title at NXT No Mercy against one female wrestler from Raw or SmackDown. One female wrestler from NXT, and one female wrestler from TNA, and one from AAA. So that's pretty cool. That's interesting there. Good stuff. Should be fun. Hopefully the time limit stuff is over with. Hopefully, I wouldn't do 3 minutes. Maybe 10 minutes is fine. I think that would be fun to see what they can do in 10 minutes. But that should be interesting. Main event of the evening. Oba Femi retains the NXT Championship against Javon Evans. This match was fun. Oba completely dominated in this match. He controlled a good 70% of the match, maybe 80%. And he got a bunch of offense in. Javon fought from underneath, so he played the underdog position in this match. Really good stuff there. Javon was able to get a German suplex in. He struggled with it, but he was able to get that in. Oba no-sold that. He, ended up hitting a powerful knee and everything. Apparently in this match, there was a ref bump, which I did not like. I don't know why a ref bump was there. So the ref went down. Javon was able to hit not one, but two cutters. Another ref came in. He counted two. Oba's foot was on the rope. The other two officials, both officials started to argue with each other and everything else. Javon went for the splash that he always does. I forgot what it's called. He went for that. Oba was able to fight off of that. Then Javon went for another cutter. Oba then got him in the toss powerbomb position, chucked him to the table. It exploded into a million fucking pieces. Then Oba threw Javon Evans back into the ring, hit the fall from grace. 1, 2, 3. Oba celebrates post-match briefly. Ricky Saints comes out, gets in Oba's face, and the two of them have some words, and that was the show. So this is fine here. I actually do like this. Javon losing, it does make sense. But my thing is, where do you go with Javon from here? Now, they've got 3 massive shows in the next 2 months. I'm thinking what they're probably going to end up doing is doing a triple threat. Javon Evans, Oba Femi, and Ricky Saints at NXT Homecoming on September 16th, where Oba will retain in that aspect. And then from there, you can do Oba and Ricky at No Mercy, where Ricky loses, And then Ricky ultimately defeats Oba at Halloween Havoc on the 25th of October. And I think that's where they're going to end up doing it. So to me, that makes the most sense. You would have given Oba a good 8.5, almost 9-month title reign, which is fine. And I think that's great. So I think they're going to end up doing that where they have Oba retain his title in the triple threat at NXT Homecoming in the middle of September. He'll retain his title again at No Mercy against Ricky. And then Ricky will finally defeat Oba at Halloween Havoc in late October. And I think that makes the most sense. All in all, though, NXT Heatwave was very enjoyable. I liked it. I could have done without the Darkstate stuff. Didn't need that on there. 2 triple threat matches in one night on the same show. I don't like that either. That was not good, but I get why it happened. It makes sense. Fatal Influence coming apart. That's fine. I do like that. That's good stuff there. I do expect for Jacy Jayne to lose her NXT championship. Her NXT Women's Championship probably at No Mercy. I think it's time for Lola Vice to become champion. It's long overdue. And then from there, you continue the split of Fatal Influence. Maybe you even call up Jacy Jayne. Maybe, I don't know, but that's probably in her future as well. Who knows? The Ethan Page, Chelsea Green stuff, that was fine. But the crowd completely shitted all over Tyra May Steele, which was funny. I do like that. That was funny, though. That was hilarious, though. I'll give them that. But all in all, it was a good show. And I look forward to the fallout on this upcoming Tuesday on NXT. But what did you guys think of Heatwave? Like, comment, subscribe. Peace.